So have you ever tried to fast before? And maybe God told you to like fast for 3 days or fast for a couple days and you feel like I'm going to die. I was like at that point. I felt like I tried to fast and it would not work to save my life. Okay. Hello, I'm making a video to update on this whole from fat to fab journey. As you can tell, I'm in a really good mood. I have been consistent. Okay, I've been consistent on this journey, and really this video is really unscripted, but I got in here to kind of just talk about my journey and just lay out some of my thoughts, because I feel like there's been a lot going on in my life and I haven't been consistent with really like keeping track. And if you ever started a YouTube channel and tried to like record your life, it is pretty complicated, okay? So people that can walk around with cameras all day recording themselves, I commend them. I do try to keep footage, but putting it together and editing and doing all that, it's just a lot of work. It's a lot of work. So I just wanted to give an update because lately I have been in what feels like a season of obedience. And the first step in that season was really starting and launching out into this YouTube channel. Okay. So I've officially started the YouTube channel. I'm doing my best at being consistent with it. And part 2 of that was, so have you ever tried to fast before? And maybe God told you to like fast for 3 days or fast for a couple days and you feel like I'm going to die. I was like at that point. I felt like I tried to fast and it would not work to save my life. And now I'm at the point where I have completed a 3-day fast. And it probably does help that I did it not by myself, but I actually did it with a group this time, which was my church. We went on a church fast. And this fast has totally changed my life. For the past 8 years, I have had it in the back of my mind and in my spirit that I needed to be meat free. And it wasn't like, oh, I feel like I'm guilty for, eating animals, or I feel bad for like, eating dairy products or anything like that. But it was just like, I believed that my body was just like, girl, we don't need to eat meat. And God's like, your body is not doing well with this. And so I went on the 3-day fast and successfully completed it. And then I went straight into plant-based. And when I tell you, I feel amazing. Like I feel happy. I feel better than I've ever felt in my entire life. I wouldn't say my entire life, but I feel free. Like I honestly feel guilt-free. Like I don't feel guilty about anything in my life, especially concerning my diet. And that's a big one for me, because I know that a lot of us, like, we eat, and I like to say that like eating meat is like, it's like lazy. I know it's not, right? Don't get me wrong. I know it's not, but I do feel like sometimes eating meat is like a crutch to really getting to know food or developing a healthy relationship with food. And so I believe that because I've cut that out, now I'm able to develop a healthy relationship with food. And I've been able to find like what actually works for me, what I actually like, and I'm able to do it in a way that's healthy. Now, this is not the first time that I have tried going vegan. Okay. The first time I was pregnant with my daughter, well, the very first time I tried it, I was a teenager. And of course, like, I was living with my grandmother and she was not having it. But when on my own, I had my daughter, I was pregnant with my daughter and I could not eat meat. Like during my pregnancy with my daughter, I think was the first time I really tried Sofritas at Chipotle or something like that. Like I was like, it was really hard for me to eat meat. And I knew that I lacked in the nutrients after I had her to continue. Like, I was eating grains and, you know, vegetables and things like that, but I didn't have the knowledge to continue and still get like complete proteins and things like that. And so I did it for, actually, you know, once she was born, I did it for quite some time. And I went back to eating meat for a little while, but then my body really didn't adjust to it properly. And so I went back to not eating meat. And I was more so, I actually was raw vegan for a while, but then I added in dairy and I started cooking with dairy and cooking eggs and things like that. And when I tell you, that is the first time that I lost the 130 pounds. You know, I was drinking protein shakes. I was really, you know, thinking about my health, and I lost 130 pounds the first time I actually did that, you know, meat free. And I don't know that it was necessarily cutting out meat that did it, but I will say that during that time, I developed a healthier relationship with food, and I got to know the natural flavors of foods that just grow from the earth. And it made me feel better. It made me clear-headed. I wasn't waking up like nauseous or anything, and I was very light. Like, when I tell you, I felt like I could fly. I was like light as a feather. That was the journey that I have been on. Now, I'm not going to say that this is, you know, this is like what everyone should do, but I believe that we are supposed to eat in alignment with what works for our bodies. And some people, they don't do well with dairy. Some people don't do well with gluten. I think that my body really doesn't do well with meat. And so I have made this decision to be plant-based, and it's been a cold turkey. Like, I went cold turkey, and I'm a cold turkey type of person. Like, even when I came into walking with the Lord, I was just like, I'm done. Like, I flushed my ounce of weed down the toilet. Like, I was done. And so I'm excited about this journey. I have made some progress with my weight. Most importantly, you know, this journey for me isn't about weight loss. It's about feeling better in my own skin. And I will tell you, I feel so much better in my skin. I have also been consistent with walking an hour a day. And when I first started, I was like, this is hard, because if I would miss it, I would feel bad. And I don't feel bad anymore, because what I've learned is not about like trying to stick to a routine and trying to do something. And I think actually I've misplaced my Apple Watch, and misplacing it has been a blessing in disguise, because I wasn't able to really track anything. And I think that for me, my mindset around tracking something is like, oh, I missed it, now I feel bad. When you make it a lifestyle, you really don't track it. Like, breathing is a lifestyle. Breathing is just a part of who you are, what you do. Your body doesn't have to think about breathing, you just breathe. And I believe that some of our habits have to become that way. So if you're tracking something, you're really only tracking it like you're planning to do it for a consistent amount of time, or a certain, you know, specific frame of time. For me, it's a lifestyle, so I don't have to track it. Now, I do want to make sure that I'm keeping track of, you know, what I'm doing and how the progress is making, but I'm not tracking, like you track your age, right? You track, but you don't track the number of breaths that you take during a day. You just don't. You might take intentional breaths, and you might do things intentionally. So that's how walking and living this lifestyle is becoming for me. And I will say, it has officially been Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. It's been officially 7 days that I have gone without meat and anything plant-based. And I am so pleased with myself. Like, I've made it to day 7. And that's the number of completion. And I feel like I have, you know, only begun. Like, this journey has only begun. And I'm excited. I'm excited.